Maria Leonor Leni Girona Robredo, born Maria Leonor Santo Tomas Girona, April 23, 1965, is a Filipina lawyer and social activist who is the 14th and current Vice President of the Philippines. Running under the Liberal Party, Robredo won the vice presidency contest in the May 9, 2016 election, as confirmed and proclaimed by the official congressional count of May 25-27, with 14,418,817 votes, 35.11% of the votes, narrowly defeating Senator Bongbong Marcos by 263,473 votes amid controversy. She is the second woman to serve as vice president after Gloria Macapagal Arroyo and the first vice president from Bicol. Robredo first came to public attention in 2012 after the death of her husband, Interior Secretary Jesse Robredo, in the 2012 Philippine Piper Seneca crash off the coast of Masbate Island. Prior to the accident, her involvement in public life was as a lawyer and social activist. After this, she ran in the 2013 general election and won as the representative of Camarines Sur's 3rd District to the Philippine House of Representatives for the 16th Congress, a post she held until her inauguration as vice president on June 30, 2016. Early life and education. Maria Leonor Santo Tomas Girona was born on April 23, 1965 in Naga, Camarines Sur, Philippines. She was the first of 3 children born to retired Naga City Regional Trial Court Judge Antonio Girona and Salvacion Santo Tomas. Girona Robredo attended the Basic Education Department of Universidad de Sta. Isabel in Naga, graduating from elementary school in 1978, and from high school in 1982. She then graduated with a degree in economics from the Up School of Economics, at the University of the Philippines Diliman, in 1986. She then went to obtain her master's degree in business administration at San Beda College prior to studying law at University of Nueva Cáceres, graduating in 1992. Early career. Inspired by the People Power Revolution after graduating from UP Diliman, Girona chose to temporarily forego law studies and instead decided to work as a researcher for the Bicol River Basin Development Program (BRBDP), a government agency tasked with integrated area development planning in the 3 provinces of the Bicol region. Here she met then Program Director Jesse Robredo, who would eventually become her husband. She passed the bar on her second attempt in 1996. Robredo served in the public attorney's office, a role in which she often took up the defense for cases pursued by her husband, who by then had become mayor of Naga. From 1998 to 2008, Robredo became the coordinator of Centro ng Alternatibong Lingap Panlagan, Saligan, a Naga-based alternative legal support group. Saligan's work aimed to encourage young legal professionals to take on leadership roles, and involved visiting distant rural communities to provide legal services to residents who would otherwise have little or no access to such services, as well as conducting legal advocacy by proposing amendments and new laws based on the needs of these marginalized communities. Later, the group's focus shifted to include helping rural women to acquire capital in order to become competitive markets. In addition, she founded the Lakas ng Kababayhan ng Naga Federation, an organization that provides training and livelihood opportunities for women. In 1989, in 2012, Robredo was named the chairperson of the Liberal Party in Camarines Sur. Congressional career. She ran in Camarines Sur's 3rd Congressional District during the Philippine general elections of 2013. On May 16, 2013 she was proclaimed winner, beating Nelly Fabus Villafuerte of Nationalist People's Coalition, United Nationalist Alliance, wife of former Congressman Luis Villafuerte and member of the politically powerful Villafuerte dynasty. During her term in Congress, Robredo was the vice chairman of the House Committees on Good Governance, Public Accountability, and Revision of Laws, and a member of 11 other House panels. She was known for being a strong advocate of the Freedom of Information Act, was a strong supporter of the Bangsamoro Basic Law. Participatory governance and transparency were major thrusts of Robredo's legislative agenda. The first law Robredo authored in Congress was the Full Disclosure Policy Bill, HB 19, which would have mandated all government agencies and their sub-units and projects to disclose their budget and financial transactions in a conspicuous manner, without any requests from the public. Concerned that the marginalized sector should not be denied access to government frontline services and public meetings based on their attire, she sponsored the Open Door Policy Act, House Bill No. 6286, which prohibits government offices and agencies from implementing strict dress codes. Robredo also authored the People Empowerment Bill, HB 4911, which sought to allow more participation from Filipinos in decision and policy making, and the Participatory Budget Process Bill, HB 3905, which sought to increase participation in budget-related decisions in government projects by locals. She also wrote the Comprehensive Anti-Discrimination Bill, HB 3432, to prohibit discrimination on the basis of ethnicity, race, religion or belief, sex, gender, sexual orientation, gender identity and expressions, language, disability, HIV status, etc. to promote transparency in the taxation process. She sponsored the House version, House Bill 05831, of what would eventually become Republic Act RA 10708, the Tax Incentives Management and Transparency Act of 2009, TIMTA. Concerned about corruption in agrarian reform, Robredo co-authored House Bill 5841, which would have created an Agrarian Reform Commission that will focus on investigating violations against the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program (CARP). Other major legislation co-authored by Robredo include the Anti-Dynasty Bill and the Healthy Beverage Options Act, House Bill 4021. Legislative portfolio. As a member of the 16th Congress, Robredo was one of the principal authors of the House version of the Tax Incentives Management and Transparency Act (TIMTA), Republic Act RA 10708, House Bill 05831, which was enacted on December 9, 2015. She also co-authored the House version of the following laws: the National Children's Month Act, Republic Act RA 10661, HB 01641, enacted on May 29, 2015, declaring the celebration of the National Children's Month on November of every year, the Charter of the Quezon City Development Authority, Republic Act RA 10646, HB 03899, lapsed into law on November 8, 2014, the Open High School System Act, Republic Act RA 10665, HB 04085, enacted on July 9, 2015, establishing and appropriating funds for the open high school system, Republic Act RA 10638, HB 04089, extending the corporate life of the Philippine National Railways for another 50 years, enacted on June 16, 2014, Republic Act RA 10707, HB 04147, amending the Probation Law of 1976, enacted on November 26, 2015, rationalizing and strengthening the probation system, the Graphic Health Warnings Law, Republic Act RA 10643, HB 04590, enacted on November 15, 2014, prescribing the printing of graphic health warnings on tobacco products, Republic Act RA 10655, HB 05280, decriminalizing premature remarriages, enacted on March 13, 2015, and the Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act, of 2015, Republic Act RA 10742, HB